Thanks for joining us on National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Coming up, backyard gardening to improve health conditions in Plaine. PRO of the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation says waste management can reap economic benefits. And we bring you a special report on the continued support of development partners since Tropical Storm Erika. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. The Wasco is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. The Wasco is your water and sewage company.
Thanks for staying with us. Just a month away from the one-year anniversary of the Tropical Storm Erika disaster, and international partners are evidently still loyal to the commitments of support which they made to Dominica. Jana Hector has details.
The international community has proven itself a loyal friend of Dominica. When Tropical Storm Erika swept over Dominica last August, causing more than $1 billion in infrastructural damage alone, the island was forced to pick up the pieces and begin rebuilding. But it was not a task just left to the government and the 71,000 inhabitants alone. Calls and pledges of technical, financial, and other types of support flowed for weeks in the aftermath. A donors conference was convened 3 months later in November 2015. The conference brought together international, regional, local, governmental, and non-governmental friends of Dominica to strategize about Dominica's rebuilding following the August storm. Following the event, the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, revealed that the level of support displayed by the international community was almost overwhelming. In recent times, the unproven reports that Dominica has been abandoned by the rest of the world have been circulating. GIS News now brings you never-before-seen clips from that donor conference, indicating exactly how esteemed this tiny nation is by its international friends. Support was pledged for both emergency relief and long-term recovery.
We want to confirm to the Prime Minister and his government that the Mexican government is donating immediately $255,000 for buying some material for constructions. We are ready to inform that to the Prime Minister by diplomatic note. At the same time, my government approves $2.5 million US for the reconstruction of Petit Saban and to build part of the infrastructure and to elaborate the master plan for the reconstruction in collaboration with the UNDP and the UNOPS.
Australia has been a long-standing development partner of Dominica through the UN Global Environment Facility, our Caribbean Development Program, and in particular in the environment terms in our support of SEDEMA and the Caribbean Climate Change Centre. Also in the placement of volunteers, most recently in Dominica in the Red Cross and Office of Disaster Preparedness, and more directly to local communities that we've heard so much about today through our Direct Aid program. Under the Direct Aid program, we've supported local agriculture, health and sports for development projects. We've built an excellent working relationship with the Dominica Association of Local Community Authorities, and with DALCA we have partnered on an enhanced community capacity to respond and recover project. Targeting 7 satellite districts across Dominica, the projects provide equipment such as generators, chainsaws and tools to enable communities to immediately respond to events such as Tropical Cyclone Erika without the need of having to wait for supplies to arrive from central stores.
The government of Japan has recently decided to provide the Commonwealth of Dominica with a grant in the total sum of approximately $1.7 million US in the form of Japanese disaster reduction equipment. It is expected that the notes on that grant will be signed and exchanged in 1 or 2 months' time. The equipment to be donated is expected to include building and construction equipment that will assist the government of Dominica in addressing the recovery and reconstruction needs in road infrastructure.
I'm pleased that Canada joined with other nations to contribute to the response and recovery process, which we hope will bring relief and we hope will be swift. Canada was happy to be involved in the initial response. We contributed 135,000 Canadian to the Pan American Health Organization to restore health services and emergency medical care, 35,000 Canadian to the International Federation of the Red Cross for the emergency appeal for Dominica, and $50,000 directly to from the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives to the Office of Disaster Management, to be used in 9 special disaster areas declared by the Government of Dominica. We are also looking at very favorably on the request for a long-term macroeconomic advisor to support Dominica's overall financial management during this reconstruction process.
We have an ongoing project in the amount of 38 million that is supporting disaster vulnerability reduction, and we are working with the government on options on how to better adjust this project to address the current needs. So this is ongoing discussion. Along with that, we also I apologize, my voice is running out. We also just brought to the board recently the regional partnership strategy for the OECS countries for the period of 2015 to 2019. And this strategy has 3 major pillars. One that focuses on competitiveness, the other on public sector modernization, and the third one that is focused on strengthening of resilience to vulnerabilities.
These countries and organizations and dozens of others have made good on their commitments. The EU has since delivered 8.9 million euros, Mexico 5 and then $2.6 million, Trinidad and Tobago 5 million TT dollars, and the Caribbean Development Bank a $30 million loan facility. The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela has contributed 300 houses valued at no less than $33 million. CARICOM and OECS states have made contributions in varied ways. Japan and several other nations and non-governmental organizations have also aided. Prime Minister Skerrit has met with representatives of the UK on at least 2 separate occasions following the donors' conference. Since August 2015, and thanks to relentless work, normalcy has been restored. Agriculture, tourism, education, health services, physical infrastructure, and other areas are back to normal and life goes on. Undoubtedly, even more work remains to be done, but the nation presses on, and the ongoing assistance from dedicated development partners is playing a very large role in rebuilding a stronger Dominica. For GIS News, I'm Jana Hector.
Thank you, Jana, for that report. In other news, acting national epidemiologist Dr. Shaolin Ahmed says the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, has seen the need for a backyard gardening in Plaine. This project was implemented in 2013 following a study by the Ministry of Health in 2011, which revealed that anemia is a pressing issue in that area. Dr. Ahmed described the reason why this project was started.
Through this study, we were able to identify the prevalence of iron deficiency anemia in the Plaine Health District. And we found that the people with ages from, especially women, ages from 17 to 49 years showed the highest prevalence of anemia, followed by children 1 to 4 years old showed 33% of prevalence of iron deficiency anemia. So following up that, we developed an intervention. Ministry of Health developed an intervention, and through intersectoral approach of Ministry of Agriculture and Environmental Health, and the community, of course, itself.
This project is just one component of the health project. He gave some details about the One Health project.
Speaking of One Health project, it's a small scale, a national project that is required by the participants of National One Health Leadership Series. Now, One Health Leadership Series is an activity under the One Health, One Caribbean, One Love project, funded by the European Union and managed by University of West Indies, along with or in collaboration with CIRAD, Ministry of Agriculture of Guyana, Grenada and St. Kitts, and ICA, which is an Inter-American Institute of for Cooperation on Agriculture, is actually co-sponsoring this entire leadership series. The goal of the One Health Leadership Series is to create a sustainable network of One Health practitioners or leaders in the Caribbean.
Dr. Ahmed gave some ways in which backyard gardening benefits residents.
The backyard gardening, which will provide not only the meals they need, that also give the knowledge to sustain that that nutrition that will mitigate the anemia in the community. So this backyard gardening in community of Laron and Kasgori is an extension of what is already been implemented. So this intervention will address the issue, if there is any at this time, of iron deficiency anemia in these two communities. We expect, or community are expect to gain knowledge on backyard gardening through FFS, which is Farmers Field School Training or approach. They expect to gain knowledge on anemia and how to prevent it. They expect to gain knowledge on meal planning and meal preparation as well. And also they will receive the produce that they grow in where they are doing the backyard gardening. And lastly, some participants, or if not all of them, will be provided with seed or seedlings for their own backyard gardening.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. Certification from the ICT Center of Excellence will be transferable to other institutions. This is according to Veron Nicholas, instructor in charge of ICT at the Dominica State College. She was speaking during a discussion on Wednesday at GIS Studios.
Persons who are doing courses within the center to be able to transfer credits and have it on their transcript. Now, that means students themselves can take advantage of these courses and improve their opportunities, not just in the working environment, but in the school which they apply to. All right. If you, for example, if you look at Rockes Institute of Technology, MIT, these institutions have high-level courses like these.
Those are huge.
Right, but
institutions of academic excellence that we're talking about.
But even Monroe University and so on.
Right.
These institutions also have IT courses. So now, when the student does these courses here, they will be able to. But if you look at the courses, the description and so on, you will be able to transfer credit. So these are the things we are currently working on. And we are confident that we will be able to get that done.
Nicholas, joined by her colleagues, Director of Telecoms Bennett Thomas, as well as the ICT Center, says it will serve as a training ground for the participants.
We have courses in IT and in computer science. However, from experience and observation, when the students come in their first year, they're still not fully ready because they don't fully understand the concept of technology and what needs to be done and how to manage it. So by the time the 2 years have passed, they're now finally getting their toes wet.
Sure.
So when they go into the working environment, you find that employers do have a problem in getting things completed from persons who have just graduated. And that is true in almost any sector. You'll find every other institution, you'll find that happening as well. So with the Center of Excellence, it will provide the students with additional programs. And they will learn courses, for example, PHP, MySQL, and they learn how to manage them. Persons who do the training, they can learn a lot more through the Center of Excellence, understand how to manage the tool a lot better. And when they go out there, the employers will be a lot more confident. All right, and this is what we're looking for. The Center of Excellence can be looked at almost as, I wouldn't say an internship program, but an environment where they can hone their skills. Right, and so by the time they get out there, it's much easier for them to integrate into society.
Director of Telecoms Bennett Thomas noted that the center is not just for students, but professionals as well.
This is not only for college students.
Got it, got it.
You have professionals out there who are already trained, who are very advanced in their skills, and what the Center of Excellence is going to do for them is to enhance that capability they already have, and to sharpen their skills further, and to bring it to the next plane. Now, eventually, the Center of Excellence will evolve from one level to the next. But I wanted to be clear that it is not only for the college students, it is also for professionals.
And finally, this news time, the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, DSWMC, is already reaping the benefits following the purchase of a recycling collection truck. This is according to PRO of the DSWMC, Geno Jacob. Earlier this year, the corporation received in excess of $120,000 towards the purchase of a flatbed truck, which was specifically retrofitted to sort plastics, cans, tins, glass containers, and bottles through the assistance of the Red Cross and the Swiss Consulate in Dominica. The truck was officially launched earlier this month. Speaking with the Jacob on Thursday, he noted that the incorporation of the truck into the DSWMC is timely.
After the Storm Erika last year, August, we saw the influx of cans, plastics, and bottles, breakable bottles, being brought into the island, more so plastic bottles, because relief items were coming in, really food was coming in, water more so, and there was this need for collecting those recyclable items from the environment. Today as we speak, this truck is now in the Maho Jimit area, following a schedule of work to collect those items. We have done a lot of PR, public awareness, alerting homeowners and business places of the days and times to put out those recyclable items in plastics, and various plastics, separating them at source, at the homes, at schools. We are working with schools in those areas, and homeowners, businesses, to ensure that recyclable items don't find themselves in our pristine environment.
He commented on the importance of separating waste materials.
This collection of recyclable items, this initiative will cover about 50% of our collection, because we collect other types of waste, and for us the separation of waste at source is very important. The separation of recyclables, cans, plastics and bottles from organic waste which comprise of about 45 to 50% of the waste normally brought into the landfill, for us should be left in the environment, on our farm belts, in our gardens and in our backyards as compost material.
He says waste collection can create opportunities for young people.
There are opportunities for us in solid waste, business opportunities. We have for us, young minds, young people who live in college, high school, who are looking to government to employ them, can look to solid waste, opportunities in solid waste management like composting as an income earner. And there's money to be made from composting, and we are saying to them that the young people, farmers, the farming community, that they can come speak with us and we'll assist them in getting necessary support that they need from the Ministry of Agriculture, from myself, who is one of the people at solid waste trained in composting, from an FAO training which I did a couple of years ago.
He thanked those involved in the sourcing of the truck and called for more support from the general public.
We welcome the support of various stakeholders like the Swiss Consulate, Josephine Gabriel and Company, the Dominica Red Cross, and other stakeholders who for us are very important in ensuring that the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation can do its work, can perform its mandate, which we know on its own cannot totally do it, because as a government, quasi-government entity, a government cannot do everything, and government cannot continue to pay for everything. So we need partners on board to ensure that this important work that we are performing continues.
GIS News will bring you more on that interview in Friday's newscast. Coming up next, your Creole highlights with McPherson St. Luce.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, Premier ministre Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt, qui a fait parole que Dominique vivait du bout bien bon après Erika. Honorable Skerritt fait parole sur un programme radio semaine passée. Il dit qu'il prend en considération Dominique comme petit pays qui a développé, Dominique et puis peuple développé bien bon. Il dit que la Dominique était avant Erika, et puis pièce bagaille l'argent, et puis en petite économie. Gros pays déjà expériencé bagaille moins que nous, et puis il y a un travail sorti en bas situation comme ça. Honorable Skerritt dit nous supposons remercier bon Dieu pour un de nous agir et puis situation comme ça. Alors, la nouvelle département environ santé qui a continué le travail pour détruire l'occasion où la migrant a plein. Il faut que le département a conduit un programme pour aider le public là, manière pour manager drum uni à Kazayo qui a chambé de l'eau. C'est l'officier département là, Sylvestre Senville, programme ça là qui assiste à détruire vieilles maladies comme Zika et puis chikungunya.
Actuellement, nous, département environnement avec santé, nous avons fait un drum, ou ça drum, nous avons tout le monde qui a chébé glo. So ça nous jaoué c'est drum ça là qu'a peuplé en l'eau maïgouin. So ça nous a fait drum là à une manière la maïgouin pas ça en tuer à la drum là avec moun sapon glo yo hot drum là sans c'est maïgouin ça. Sans maïgouin. Ça nous a fait nous drum là. Si nous succèdons avec Drum Sala, nous savons empêcher Zika, empêcher chikungunya avec dengue, avec n'importe l'autre maladie, maïgouin, ça transmet. Et ça nous a fait avec Drum Sala.
Le département là a créé à ce public là pour suivre bon standard de santé.
Nous avons créé le public là pour faire ça parce que tout le monde a un drum à caillou. Moun ka collecte glue avec drum sala. Si vous allez à habitation, en l'eau moun ni drum sala. Avec ça nous ka taper drum sala sans couvert. Vous savez moun ka pon glue ada yo ka l'ombilier couvert. So ça nous fait un couvert type pour drum sala. Nous mettons un pipe, nous élever drum là. So ou ça mettez un beau kit en bas drum là pour taper glow. So si nous faisons ça, nous savons nous c'est. So nous avons courir le public là pour faire ça pour faire drum yo par Tchabé Maïgouin.
Et puis finalement, même parlement pour constituency Rose Valley, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, qui a fait parole qui a 10 moon hot constituency là employé à National Employment Program. Honorable McIntyre a complimenté le gouvernement pour grand initiative cela. Il dit après Erika, ces moun là joué un pas autant significant pour vivre mettre vallée là à ses pieds. Honorable McIntyre a mentionné programme purification, Yes We Can, programme l'école, touriste et petite gorge. Honorable McIntyre aussi fait parole qui National Employment Program qui a bénéficié du secteur privé. Et aussi mentionné programme géothermique à vallée là, bagaille qui bénéficie l'économie pays là. Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle à Creole pour présent. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Au revoir.
In today's tip, we'll discuss how the power of positive thinking can change your life. Positive thinking doesn't mean that you keep your head in the sand and ignore life's less pleasant situations. Positive thinking just means that you approach the unpleasantness in a more positive and productive way. You should always think the best is going to happen, not the worst. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.